their career, they're not going to say we finished in the top 4 5 times. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to say I won this trophy, I won this medal, I won this, I won that. So go for the trophies, and that's why I think Harry Kane should move on. We spoke about that in depth yesterday.
Yeah.
Go. You're not going to win a trophy at Spurs.
No, they're not going to win it. They're not going to win sod all at Spurs. But this is going to kick off a lot on the Twitch. I think we've got quite a few Spurs fans watching, but I shall wait for their responses.
Talking about Arsenal, Aaron Ramsey just got an assist for Cristiano Ronaldo. They're up 2-0 against the Crotone at the moment.
I miss Ramsey so much. Anyway, I think we need to move on from Arsenal, and quickly, before we run out of time, we need to talk about the Champions League games this week involving the English teams. So we have Chelsea against Atletico Madrid. Yes. And we have
Mönchengladbach, Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Bayern Munich, and I've got interest in that.
No, versus
Man City.
Man City, yeah.
What did I say?
Bayern Munich. Don't worry, it's fine.
What are you drinking in that cup? That's
it's just Budweiser as well.
Come on, just show it then.
No, but I didn't know because you get them for copyright on YouTube and stuff. So that's why I drink it out of here.
Who cares? I don't know.
Only drink these beers. There you go. Only drink these beers.
I want you to say. I'm going to send you some money, Tommy. I want some of that stuff.
All right, I will say we cannot say the name again, but I will text you later.
Yes, exactly. Some of that stuff, some of the good stuff. I just love foreign beers. I really do, lagers in particular. But I got Bayern Munich on the brain because I was watching Dugout earlier on. They were talking about Lazio versus Bayern, and Bayern fluffed their lines at the weekend against Frankfurt. Frankfurt beat them 2-1, and thankfully Andre Silva didn't score because I get hammered about Andre Silva all the time. So I actually think he's dog shit. Despite
AC Milan fans would agree. AC Milan fans would agree big time.
He scored 18 goals in 21 games, but he is shit. Honestly, out of those 18 goals, only 5 of them have been good.
Sometimes the stars just align and it goes in off your knee, off your arse, off your elbow.
That's exactly what's happening. And literally, as soon as the stream starts, it's like, oh, Gav, guess what? Rah, rah. And Stephen Cotton, who I do the two at top with, he voted for him to get Player of the Month, and he won Player of the Month. And then, like, all these people that are playing FIFA and stuff, it's like, oh, look at my FIFA card. I just got Andre Silva. I'm like, fantastic. Gladbach, they're a good side, and I really like Gladbach. But Marco Rosa, their manager, is leaving and is moving to Bayern Munich, which I think is the most random sideways step of all time. It's like, I don't know. It's a sideways step. That's what it is.
Yeah, I feel like if he stuck at Mönchengladbach, he could catch up with Dortmund, right? If he stuck,
I honestly think
quite
they could.
Easily. Yeah,
they have got quality everywhere around the pitch. Yeah. They really have. I don't rate Brill and Bolo though. I must admit, but Lars Stindl pulling strings in the middle of the park. They've got Alison Player and Marcus Thuram, which obviously would be well known in Italy. Marcus Thuram, even though he's French, but obviously his old man played in Italy for most of his career, like especially the best years of his career. Jan Sommer between sticks, good goalkeeper. Like they've got some really good players, but they lost to Mainz.
Yeah.
And they keep dropping silly points at the moment, but it's all happening since the announcement as well. So I feel for Gladbach, they're going to get pumped by City. City going to turn up and do some serious damage.
And that's the thing. I had the feeling while they were playing against Arsenal. I mean, when you're a manager, as much as you want your team to always perform extremely well, I feel like they needed a win to have a comfortable lead in the Premier League to keep that. And then they got a big game on midweek against Gladbach. We know that they're pushing for the Champions League. As much as they don't say it out loud, that's like their dream. Like with Guardiola in your bench, you don't know how long he's going to stay. So the other day against Arsenal, I really felt like they just needed a win. They didn't really care about how they looked. And I think, like you said, midweek we're going to see them go all in at Gladbach.
They have to go all in because this is the trophy that has been eluding Man City since Pep's been there. That's what Pep was brought in for. Come in and win us the Champions League. So this year, of all years, they have to go for it, especially the fact that Bayern Munich are stuttering. Liverpool aren't who they are at the moment. Barcelona, who are they at the moment? It sounds really bad, like saying that, but
no. Well, you're absolutely right. We've seen now that none of them are in shape to be able to challenge for it, really. So it has to be City's year to step up and not shit the bed for once, right?
Yeah, and you would say maybe Atletico have got a decent chance, but Atletico, they were 13 points clear only not too long ago, and it was not Cadiz they lost to, is it? The weekend
lost to Levante.
Levante.
And me and Tommy are taking a bit of the blame for that because we've been bigging up Atletico the entire year, and now they're suddenly starting to do Atletico things. But it will be interesting seeing Simeone against Tuchel. I think I'm going to back Atletico for this one. I think they're going to have enough to see Chelsea out. I think they're a bit too wily for that Chelsea team. I don't know.
Yeah, I back them as well. Because they still have that structure. Mm-hmm. They've still got the world's best goalkeeper as well. Don't care what anyone says. It's not Manuel Neuer. It was once upon a time, but Jan Oblak is number one pound for pound.
Unbelievable. Like, how nobody's bought him yet is mental. Like, I know they'll keep hold of him, but if you're Chelsea and you're looking for a keeper and you want to throw money about, why aren't you looking?
They spent 70 million on Kepa. An extra 10 million would have got the world's best goalkeeper of all time. Yeah. Not all time, but my legs are trying to turn on.
So we've got Gav. If you want to stay on, actually, you're welcome to stay. I don't know how the four-person view work on Twitch. Is it going to work?
We are going to quickly take a 30-second break so I can end the stream, start it again, and hopefully the video will be back for you guys. Sorry, we're going to take a quick 30-second break.
All right. Just a little introduction before Andrea comes on. Gav, do you speak Italian?
No, not at all. Something Italian.
No, but this is actually pretty cool. So Andrea had this very cool idea. Since, in my opinion, I don't know what is his motivation. Probably because he's good at it and he likes it. But Italian pundits are not very good broadcasters in general. And I found him on Instagram, and he basically does Twitch lives of games. So if you guys want to learn some Italian, turn on the next Serie A game, and in the background you can keep Andrea, and he's actually very good. He's actually he's got a very good voice, very knowledgeable, and I think it's also actually pretty understandable for a foreigner trying to get closer to the Italian language, if you know what I mean.
Do I need to then download Duolingo? There are other language applications available, just in case, and start learning Italian.
Definitely. But so what we kind of left our followers and our viewers when we're talking about Atletico Chelsea, we're praising Jan Oblak. And I think that this is actually a pretty interesting fixture. So I don't know. I feel like Chelsea, something has clicked, even if minor, something is clicking at Chelsea. But I do think that Atletico are too big of an opponent for them right now to make a statement of any kind. How do you feel about that?
I want to talk about Tuchel slightly. And the reason why is because a lot of English fans will call him tin pot. They'll say that he's not very good, he's not this or that. But they'll laud Klopp. Now, Klopp got Mainz promoted. Fantastic. He also got Mainz relegated the season that he went to Dortmund. He also, in his final season, the 14-15 season, almost got Dortmund relegated as well. So people forget that about Klopp. And to be fair, I only reminded myself of the almost relegation situation yesterday. In fact, this morning, you know, like when you're on Facebook, you go on this day or in the Facebook memories, it's like, oh yeah, rah, rah. And then I tweet, I put something on Facebook about Klopp almost getting relegated. Lol, lol, lol. Anyway, Tuchel got Mainz re-promoted after the mess that Klopp left and got them into Europe. That's what got him the move to Dortmund. He also won two trophies in the 3 years that he was there, and then went on to PSG and got them to a Champions League final. He's not a mess of a manager.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. I think you're absolutely right.
That actually was a very good breakdown. I was celebrating because we finally got Andrea on, and we've got the 4-man chat going.
Yes, Andrea, how are you, pal?
Andrea, can you hear us?
Yes.
It's all working then. We can hear you. Yes.
Miracle.
Okay, so this is Andrea Gazzera. Nice to meet you. It's the first time that we actually meet. I was saying, while you were trying to connect, I was saying about your very good idea of broadcasting the games on Twitch. How is that going for you?
Oh, well, I think well. I'm very happy to be here, and it's also a challenge for me because speaking English in a streaming, it's a challenge.
Very nice.
I hope to perform in a decent way.
It'll be perfect. Don't worry.
You can tell Andrea knows his football because you asked the question, Tommy, and Andrea answered it in such a I'm just happy to be here. I'm a footballer-esque way of doing it. Like, what do you think of the game? Well, the teammates, they're great and whatever. No, I wanted to know about your goal. Yeah, but if it weren't for the team, that's it.
Your shirt is great.
Love it.
And before we move to Serie A, we were actually talking about Atletico Madrid, Chelsea.
Okay.
Do you have any feeling about this game? Because Gav right here was just discussing that Tuchel actually could be. What was your final point about Tuchel and Chelsea? Do you think
he can be the manager to take them to the next level? Because he's done it from the bottom. And he's fed up. And to be fair, when he was at Dortmund, he came second first year, then third, then fourth. Fair enough. But other teams in Germany were getting better as well. So it's not his fault why he came fourth. It's not a regression. Mm-hmm. It's other teams progressing. But he's moved PSG forward because he got them to the Champions League final, which they shouldn't have been at. He did that.
How do you feel, Andrea, about this game, Atletico-Chelsea?
Well, I think that Chelsea has a new squad this year because there are new arrivals and also the new manager Tuchel that was sacked by PSG, but for me isn't a good choice because he is a good manager, and I hope that the Blues will perform well because Atletico Madrid is not a team that I liked so much. Also for Simeone that perform in a very specific way with the shows, with the cameras, and so I hope that the Blues pass the leg.
Nice. Don't mince your words, Andrea. Bloody hell.
Taking no prisoners.
Nice. Andrea, remember that these two guys are Arsenal fans. So,
but in Champions, we hope for the national team.
What do you guys think? Do you hope for English teams to progress or not?
I hate them every other day of the week. I'm not going to start liking them just because they're playing in Europe. Not a chance.
I watch English clubs because they're playing against foreign opposition.
Exactly.
I'm an AC Milan fan, but I hope that the Italians will go far in the Champions League.
Now, you are Andrea, I understood that about you. You're a very impartial football fan, and that is a praise to you. By the way, Andrea, you were worried about your English, and I mean, you are going smooth as oil.
Okay.
So really...
I didn't understand what you said. What was it? No, I'm only joking.
So we'll move to the Serie A, where Andrea just said he's an AC Milan fan. You can tell what team I support on the back. Andrea,
I don't know how you can be friends.
I know. Unfortunately, we're meeting on this very day. Andrea, I will let you say, what did you take away from yesterday's game? Because from my point of view, it was a pretty clinical win from Inter.
Yeah. Tactical win. It was a masterpiece by Conte. That is not also him a manager that I like so much. At human point, because as a manager he is very, very good. Every team that he has managed in his career have won. So it's a good manager. I clearly saw the derby, and it was a really great match. Milan and Inter were not so high in the standings for years. And the challenge, thanks also to the recent episodes on the field, Ibrahimovic versus Lukaku, the fights, was very much
round 2
rated. And months ago, I said on the Salotto on my channel that Inter was the favorite for the Scudetto victory, and Lukaku the top scorer of the league. Right now it's CR7 that is at 17 goals right now, but Lukaku is performing very well. And yesterday they showed their strength. The Nerazzurri deserved the victory for sure, because they were the authors of a perfect match. They didn't make any mistakes, and they hurt the Rossoneri every time the Devil showed some uncertainties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Perhaps the result was too severe for AC Milan for me, because